Hey man, I am Pauliina on the Finnish path and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a clairsentient tarot reader and I've been reading for, almost 30 years now. Oh, and by the way, when I say tarot, that is not a mistake. I know that in English, tarot is pronounced tarot, but, but I'm a Finn. So that's the way, tarot is the way we pronounce that word in Finnish. So I'm not making mistakes here. I'm actually speaking a little Finnish to you. And like I said, I'm a tarot reader and been reading for nearly 30 years now. And the deck I use is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I think this is the best known deck in the world. Absolutely powerful. The first deck I got was Rider-Waite-Smith, but that one is, well, it's well used now, so I have retired that one, and this is my second edition of Rider-Waite. There we go. Iconographic images. Yeah. Oh, and here is the card back as well. There you go. But that's not the only deck I own. After the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, my first deck, I was gifted a really interesting deck. Wonder if you can see it from the glare. This is Native American tarot deck, and obviously not my heritage, and feels strange in my hand actually because it's smaller. It's compared to Rider-Waite. This Native American deck is normal playing card size. But this has got to be one of the most powerful decks I have ever come across. This is truly powerful. The imagery is very strong and very graphic. But like I said, this is not my heritage, so I don't use this deck for readings. Well, I could, I suppose, if someone specifically asks, I obviously can read with this deck. For example, if you belong to the First Nation people, then these images might resonate with you very well. But as a rule, I don't use this in my readings. I just have this and cherish this deck. It's absolutely beautiful. There you go. And I also have another deck, my second deck that I don't use, and it's, sorry, this one, Tarot of the Old Path. This is really a lovely deck. The imagery is very soft, very holistic in a way. Lots of plant motifs. There's the card back over there. You might call these images romantic, even, if you like. There you go. This is normal tarot deck size, if you like. Here are some of the images. And like I said, this is kind of romantic, the imagery, so this might actually go well with love readings about your love life or romantic life. But again, as a rule, I don't use this deck in readings. I do. My go-to deck is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But I do love this deck. It's beautiful. There you go. So these are the tools I use, and my twist in tarot, if you like, is my national heritage. Like I said, I'm a Finn, and it was only some years ago that I realized that when I was doing a reading, I wasn't just reading the cards as they are on the table in front of me, but something else was going on as well. And at first I didn't really realize what it was, but it was in fact that I was kind of tapping into my national heritage. I was tapping into the old Finnish folk religion, if you like, although it's not really a religion, it's more like way of life. But I was tapping into the mythology and the stories and the truth of the Finnish way of life. And I was doing this, I didn't realize I was doing this, and I have been doing this for at least half of the time that I've been reading. I just didn't realize it. And this gives my readings a kind of a unique twist. Now, there are other Finns in the world, apart from me, and other Finns who read tarot cards, but a part of the Finnish path, as I call it, is it is not just the natural deities that you meet in Kalevala, for example, and it's not just Kalevala stories. That's just a small fraction of our heritage, a very important one, but small anyway. That's not all. It's also the ancestors. Worshipping ancestors was a very important part of the life of the ancient Finns, and not really worshipping them as deities, but contacting them for wisdom. And our dearly departed were not actually departed. We could contact them, and they took part in our everyday lives. And the thing is that I can still do that. I mean, there are generations of Christians before me, but still, if I go under, if you like, I can still contact my own ancestors. And what is more remarkable is that they recognize me. They know that I am their kin. And that's because life is not linear. Life is, it's a cycle. So my ancestors down there in the river, they time means nothing to them. So they recognize me, and when I read the cards, I kind of tap into them, and the messages and the knowledge and the wisdom I get, it is not mine. I'm unfortunately not that wise, not yet anyway, but it is theirs. It's my ancestors. It comes from them, as well as the natural deities that we Finns have all around us all the time. So this makes my style of reading the cards unique from anyone else. Well, we are all unique beings, and mine are very, very personal to me, very different from someone who would read from a book, which is not, it's not incorrect or anything. I mean, you can absolutely do that and the cards still work, but it's different. And this is why I call my practice on the Finnish path. I think it describes it very well. And I live in Lapland, that's northern part of Finland, and my everyday life consists of going into the forest. I mean, I walk 50 meters and I am inside a forest. And when I need to relax or exercise or ground myself, or if I need more energy, that's what I do. I go into the forest and I hug a tree. I mean, literally, I hug a tree. Usually a pine tree, because pine trees, they give us energy and strength. Also clarity of mind. Going to sauna and having pine etheric essential oil, that really clears your mind from clutter. So pines are lovely. Yes. To introduce myself to you further, I will show you my cards. This is my birth card, and also my soul card. It's strength. It's Major Arcana number 8, and this card obviously is about strength, using strength and inner strength you are born with, and not being able to not being afraid to use it, but actually enjoy using it, feeling liberated by using your strength. But it's not only about strength, and this is the point to me. This card is very much about gentleness. As you can see from the picture, the lady in the picture is not kind of dominating the lion, but rather persuading the lion. And that's the thing to me. That is actually one of my strengths. I don't dominate. I'm not a forceful person. I might be strong, yes, and I am strong. We all are in our way. But I don't use my strength to dominate other people or dictate how they need to live their lives. There's a lot of tenderness in this card if you look at the hand position of this lady. Lots of tenderness, and that's a good representation of me. In fact, I am a very kind person, very tender to my loved ones, and when I read the cards, I do not tell you what you have to do. I don't do that. I don't have the right to do that. Instead, I present you with different choices you can choose from. I might suggest, but I never dictate. I never order. So this is me, and it's obviously a work in process. I'm not quite there yet, obviously, but working on it. And another card representing me in a very strong way is this one. It's the 3 of Swords, and for a long time I didn't understand why this card speaks to me so clearly, until I realized that I mean, this is the most Finnish card in the deck. This is the Finn in me. We Finns, we have this touch of Slavic melancholy. we love to pine for things and long for things, and we sing about heartbreak and yearning and loss, and nobody can break your heart as efficiently as a Finn when we start singing our oh so sad songs. So that's why this card has always spoken to me very strongly, because I am a very empathetic person. Like I said earlier, I'm clear sentient. So that is a kind of heightened aspect of intuitiveness and empathy. It means that when you order a reading from me, all I know about you is your name and email address, and that's often all I know about you, but still I can get a really clear sense of you, of your feelings. So even though I don't harbor a broken heart myself at the moment, luckily, if you do, I will feel it. I will pick it up, and I will feel it with you. Oh, just for fun, the strength card in the 3 different decks that I own. They are here. Lion in 2 and a cougar in 1. There we go. And then the 3 of swords in the other 2 as well. There we go. True sense of mourning there. Oh, I think this is the most powerful of the images here. So this is me. Now you know me, in fact, very intimately. Okay, so this YouTube channel, I'm still right in the beginning, but what I already am doing here is I have weekly readings. I started doing them in my blog and also in my Facebook page, but I'm doing them now here in my YouTube channel. This is advice for the week to come, and I always do that on Monday of each week, and it's advice for the week to come. I also do a year to come reading. I did that in December, 21st of December in fact, but I do a clarifying reading for each month. So I draw a card for next month. For example, now it is April right now, so I will be drawing a card for May in the end of April. So that's what I do once a month. And then I'm considering doing a kind of tutorial, if you like, since I have 3 decks, and since each tarot card has a specific meaning, I thought that perhaps I could compare these the same card from each 3 decks, because they, even though the basic meaning is the same, they read differently. They have their very own unique voice to them. So at the same time, we could go through all the cards, what each card actually means, what is the basic meaning of each card, and then how that same card reads in these 2 other decks as well. That might be interesting. I'm considering doing that. And then perhaps I might do some stories for you, Finnish stories, and tell you about the myths and everyday life as well, because it's quite interesting that we still carry many ancient traditions in our everyday life, and we don't actually often even realize where this comes from, this custom of ours, but we still maintain the custom, and never even occurs to us not to do it. So that might be interesting, and also how these different things tie to tarot. Yeah, that's one thing I might be doing. And then I'm also contemplating at some point doing live readings, probably in my Facebook page, but I might do them here as well. I mean, or at least I will post the readings here after I've done them in my Facebook. So that's one thing. So if you subscribe to my channel here, then you will know what's going on, and you will know every time I post a new video. And if you come up with something you would like to see or hear here in my YouTube channel, please do leave me a message, drop us a line, and I would love to hear from you, obviously. That would be really nice. So, like I told you, I'm a professional tarot reader. That's my livelihood. And if you would like to book a reading from me, you can easily do that from my web pages. Now, if you are in my YouTube channel, you can find the link to my web pages from the upper right hand corner over there. And now, which way does it go? Yes, upper right hand. Yes, it's there. You'll find it. And if you are watching this through my web pages already, or through my blog, then you are already there. You can find the readings that I do and easily book a reading from me. Or you can always send me a message, send an email or something. Yes. So, this was my introduction to me, Pauliina, and to the Finnish path. And it would be lovely if you subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching. I do hope to see you later. Okay? Hey, hey.